Gotsky looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is at 25%
Back down
here.
Yo on the Grey Man, gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
The Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top of that, followed up by the APOC and the Lurking Hawk. Catching 2, but this time on is going to be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Fubu's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the Bloodlust on the backside, but the duo gets under and then stunned. Oh my goodness! The combo!
Getting shrunk down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Grey Man.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
Howdy, hello, and good evening. Welcome to twitch.tv/ElTaquito. I'm here with Stoic tonight. I am Taco. We're bringing you a round 1, qualifier 1 match of the Storm Division qualifiers. Let me get rid of the puppy cam since there is no puppy to cam. And tonight we have Storm Academy versus ReGen. Two org representative teams looking to make their way into the paid prize pool of the NGS Storm Div season. Stoic, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm excited to watch this match.
Yeah, let me turn you down just a wee bit. If I can find, there it is.
Sounds good. Both these teams coming off of a loss last night in the HCI. So we're looking for some redemption tonight.
Yeah, that's accurate. And true to what they said, they did start right when they said they would. We are going into Infernal Shrines. Quick look at the map bans. Storm Academy does ban Braxis, Holdout, and Tomb of the Spider Queen, and ReGen bans out the Puppy Camp. ReGen bans out Towers of Doom and Altaric Pass. So I'm going to denote that this was picked by ReGen. And we're going to go into the draft. So Infernal Shrine's a very popular map as of late. Fairly simple to play. Very, I don't know, fairly rhythmic, it seems like. And it provides for a good balance of taking care of your lanes and bringing a team fighting comp that that can also clear fairly well. Get that AoE clear, get that Punisher clear, get that team fight. So Stoic, you're more involved in the professional scene than I am, and these are aspiring pros. What do you think we'll see?
That's a good question. I think that from the draft perspective, I think that Blaze has grown quite rapidly in popularity since his most recent buff. I imagine that he's a pick here on this map, considering the his ability to clear. He's a strong hero. Vala's fallen off of priority. She could still see a ban, but she's not really as popular as she used to be. I think what you said, though, before about the way the map is played is totally true. This is a great map to start a series on. Has a lot of everything. You know, you've got a slightly isolated solo lane. You've got a contested all-at-once objective. You have AoE clear, as you mentioned, and single target clear. So definitely we'll see some map-specific picks.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, these are higher level players. They play with each other a lot more. So we should expect to see these targeted bans like a Zeratul. Stukov and Lucio, fairly common bans, I believe, on this map. And Stitches is making his way into the meta. I still personally don't like him as a tank, but he does do some pretty interesting things. But Vala making it through, going to be the first pick for Storm.
Yeah, so the red team here, ReGen, is their whole draft here now is going to revolve around how do they control the Vala. Left unchecked, she can really just cause absolute havoc. We'll see if Storm decides to back that up with a second support, as often happens. But typically red here is going to want to look for things that's going to be able to control Vala. ReGen, a slightly newer team than the Storm Esports Academy. We'll see what they have locked in. There's the Blaze Sylvanas.
I hate the lunar skin on Sylvanas. It feels so So disrespectful.
Because she's a dark lady?
She is the Dark Lady, absolutely. But the Blaze Sylvanas, so you were talking about Blaze's buffs. I'm not super aware of Blaze's spot right now, but I have seen him grow in popularity, so I'm interested to see how this works. I think that Crossfire, hitting both streams onto the same target, being a lot of damage on the shrines, will come into play, and Sylvanas absolutely able to wreak havoc in a team fight, whether she goes single target or spread, and able to help that Punisher siege. I think will be really good. But that Hogger Brightwing combo in the Punisher or in the Guardians will be a little rough as well.
Yeah, the Brightwing will be good for shut things down. She's not my favorite healer to pair with Avala. You know, she has kind of as a healer is a burst healer. She's got one big heal, you know, her phase shift during a team fight. But you know, Vala gets poked down. She doesn't have a lot of self-sustain until 13, and even then, it's not that strong. Uther was banned out, so we're not going to see that kind of double support here. And Tyke is banned to follow. We'll see what Red here is going to pick up. They have really good shrine clear. They can pick the Malthael Ana as a potent combo here. And it looks like this could be a Blaze main tank, where he's going to have great wave clear, but also can pack a little bit of a punch.
Well, I think it's interesting to note that Blaze is also a very viable nano target. Especially with that Q, the flame streams, being able to provide out that. Now, obviously, Malthael, given what's showing, is the preferred nano target. But given a fight without Malthael, I think Blaze will still be very viable for that. With the control that he brings, and again those Qs with those double streams, Junkrat's going to be very disruptive, and a tank variant with the Hogger. Taunt Poly is usually a death sentence, and then a Junkrat to stop you from getting away. This is a very potent pit comp coming out, which is surprising with the Vala Hogger that we're ending up with the pit comp. I think it's going to be very effective as long as Variant can get in. The Medivh does really screw that up though, and Ana with the sleep can also be very disruptive on that pick. So I think it's going to come down to the execution of the Variant versus the Ana, plus Medivh just being a general nuisance.
Yeah, this is an interesting last pick Medivh. You know, Storm Esports has already shown Junkrat, who has great portal control, right, with his E as well as his W, can really be disruptive to mess up Medivh engages. So interesting there that ReGen feeling extremely confident that they, even into a portal control mechanic, they're going to pick that Medivh and see what they can run with this comp.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm excited to see it. Let me get a poll started. Let's see who you guys think have the better draft, though. Not a poll, a prediction. Game 1. Storm. ReGen. 5-minute poll. Let's go. While we're loading in, I'm going to see what my puppy is freaking out about.
You know, it's interesting here that we have the team with the Medivh is not the team with the Vala here. So the double support, Medivh playing that support role, is against the Vala.
Yeah.
I think a lot's going to ride here on the back of Epic if he can avoid damage and dish it out.
Yeah. Stoic, you are the Storm representative here tonight. You want to run down your team?
Yeah, glad to. On the blue team, we have Epic playing Vala, Corgi Booty on Hogger, Dark Chimera playing Brightwing, Talking Trees on Junkrat, and Ascension playing that main tank variant.
And over here for Team ReGen in the red trunks, we have Oltanian on the Malthael, the flyest Raven, flying around on the Raven. That's Medivh. Albatox on the Dark Lady Sylvanas, Aragonas on the Blaze, and Vivanchi rocking it in with the Ana, shooting in them heals. That is ReGen. And as per usual, everybody coming into the middle lane, because what else do you have to do other than slap each other in the hallway? Let's take a look at these level 1 talents while they're, ooh, that got loud. Maybe it's my headset. Let's look at these level 1 talents while these guys pretend to do things and end up doing nothing. Do you see anything at level 1 that strikes you? I like the W build for Vala.
This all looks pretty standard here. W build going to give her that AoE clear as well as lots of damage. I think things look pretty typical. Corgi Booty here looking to play the mid lane rather than wanting to give Malfiel his health back.
Yeah. What do you think about the buff to strafe on Vala?
The buff to strafe.
Yeah, well, I guess
You
it's
mean-
level 20 strafe, but you know.
I think it's pretty strong, but
Is it pickable now?
I don't know if I wouldn't say it's pickable still. I still think our other options are still so incredibly strong.
Yeah, Brightwing
maybe
coming
we'll
in
have to
on
see.
the variant for the save. Junkrat onto the Medivh. That's going to be a reset on the Arcane Rift. First blood over to the variant, but Blaze coming in with the stun. Brightwing goes down. Volley getting low. Epic. Can he get out with the epic save? 60 HP. Sylvanas with the tower disabled is going to get hit by the front tower. So the fort down, and Epic with the epic getaway. But Albatox still in trouble. Comes back to the camp and is going to get caught by a straight auto attack from the Junkrat. But Vala still does end up going down. But Anna as well. What is going on? 3-2, but Blaze trying to get out, but the charge from the variant gonna follow, and the Medivh not able to get in with the protect in time. That's gonna be 4-2 on that opening fight over a siege camp.
Yeah, it was a clutch rotation down there from Corgi Booty on the Hogger to make sure that he was there to control. I think the overextension, ultimately, the chase on the Vala kills would cause ReGen, you know, that point and those kills. It wouldn't be a ReGen game, right, if there wasn't a little bit of a
Throw?
non-stop brawling.
Oh. Sorry, maybe I'm just too used to ReGen Rebel, and we like to make finishing the game hard. But yeah, ReGen. Now this is a pretty new roster for ReGen, but they do generally like to brawl. If we're not fighting, we're not having fun, I think is the unofficial ReGen motto. But Murdad is in the chat. Maybe he can clarify that for us.
Yeah, 3/4 of a level lead here for Storm Esports Academy going to this first Punisher phase. They're looking at position aggressively here with all the 4 members up showing and Brightwing off soaking. Red team looks like they might be looking for value elsewhere. They're going to give the early advantage. Hogger looking to get some rage before he begins his spin.
Yeah, definitely getting that boost from the rage brings in a lot of extra damage, makes him a little bit safer. I think it increases his healing too.
You're right with that level 1. No more does it do extra PvE damage, but it will heal him more because he has his on the prowl at level 1.
Yes,
Blaster getting caught out of position. The Junkrat boop is perfect.
that was quick. Can't even finish saying Medivh's gonna die by the time he gets engaged on. 2 being no more.
Yeah,
Medivh,
really quick reaction from the blue team there.
yeah, I'd be interested in hearing their comms with how they're calling that, how much looking at Medivh there is before they actually go in, that type of stuff. But this Mortar Punisher does go over uncontested to Storm Esports, and Blaze getting moved a little bit after baiting the Punisher over the wall. It's going down fairly quick, but that entire front wall being gone at 4 minutes is going to be hard for that top lane. And Blaze just standing in the mortar shells.
Yeah, getting this well would be a big win. The Brightwing is there to get a heal off. Looks like the well will fall, and the fort half down as well. This is a struggle here.
This
The
fort's
fort
gonna
might
go all the
entirely
way
fall.
down. Probably. Maybe?
Junkrat with those last Qs. Wishing they weren't reduced here. Medivh dropping that portal.
Almost got it. That is a 190 health fort. That's not gonna last long. But Blaze coming in for the flank, knowing that they're gonna go for it, and Vala picking it up with that multi-shot. Let's take a look at how Malthiel's holding up on this XP though. They are down 3/4 of a level, mainly to that huge hero exchange. That does account for pretty much all of the XP difference, almost all of it. And but Malthiel doing his level best at with that double soak, trying to keep ReGen into the game. And they won't get to level. They have no chance of getting to level 10 first, but they should be able to have level 10 by this next objective. Bit of chattering teeth going around and a little bit of a brawl, but not really anything quite happening yet.
Looking at it, it makes sense that Storm is ahead, right? They have that variant. Their level 4 through 10 is going to be a higher peak than the red team. We'll see how, though, when red gets their own heroics, how they look to respond here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very surprised to see a lack of camp motivation on the side of ReGen. And they do just give up that camp and well immediately. Volley giving, and I think Junkrat giving the vision to the siege camp to just obliterate that well. And I
It's
don't.
good preparation for this next objective.
Yes. Storm does have their heroics, and it looks like Strafe is pickable.
Strafe is pickable. You heard it here first. Looks
The-
like they don't think they need the CC. It looks like they're confident in their CC chain with the Junkrat root and the Varian taunt.
Yeah, the CC is definitely nice from that Rain of Vengeance, but if you have a way to protect Vala at level 20, Divine Storm or just a huge front line, that thing goes absolutely nuts. So I am actually kind of excited to see something like that going on in this level of the game. But currently, ReGen getting split up by the Hogger. Mountain going out a little bit too far, gets pulled in by the Varian. And
Ready for the blaze here.
ooh, Medivh with the portals, silence onto the Hogger. It's not going to last very long. A great ley line. That's going to be enough to finish off the Hogger. And the Varian and the Brightwing. The ley line giving enough time to ReGen for them to close in on Storm. And that's going to be a 3-0 coming into this Arcane Punisher. So now that both teams do have those level 11s, the full heroic rundown. Stoic, if you want to take Storm again.
Yeah, Stray for the Vala, Quarterbolt for Hogger, Blink Heal, Riptire, and Warbringer.
And for ReGen, we have Nano Boost, Wailing Arrow, Bunker Drop, Last Rites, and Leyline Seal, which we saw get a lot of value there. I'm intrigued by the Wailing Arrow instead of the Mind Control. Maybe it's an attempt to shut down the Vala at range.
I think you're possibly right there. I think Wailing is a great response when the Varian gets a taunt. The Wailing Arrow can be a great counter engage. His whole team's standing behind him typically.
Yeah, Anna getting some value onto these camps, and a huge engage onto Anna from the Varian, but Medivh doing Medivh things. Oh no, that was Sylvanas? And I don't know. I can't even tell anymore. Anna's dead, Varian's dead. The Last Rites does catch the Varian for the stack. Hogger's gonna go down. Malthiel just doing so much percentage damage work. Oltanian bringing it in. Another nice protect from Medivh. The Shrine Monkeys are really close, 30 to 33, but ReGen having to disengage, and it looks like this will go over to Storm. But one last attempt from the Blaze, not gonna be enough. And this Arcane Punisher does go over to Storm, going to march down this mid lane. But Storm still missing their two front line coming in. This gives ReGen a chance to clear.
Yeah, ooh. Sylvanas here, gonna be able to escape. Great protect there from that Medivh. You know, you're seeing the issue here. I was thinking about Vala being the one that would struggle with the lack of sustained healing, but it's really this Malthiel's doing a great job controlling that front line when they're not able to get that healing that they need because of the debuff from the Ana. You know, the Malthiel percent damage and the Ana debuff means that Varian and Hogger can't heal the way that they need to.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with their I mean, Hogger relies on a lot of that steady healing. Variant has a pretty large health pool, but yeah, whenever ReGen's ready for someone to die, Ana Grenade. I am intrigued by Oltanian playing the bruiser role. He used to be my tank coach, so confused. Ooh, nice jet propulsion from the Blaze, and follow-up sleep onto the fire, the oil spill. Trying to stop the siege from Storm. 5-man siege onto the fort, but here comes Oltanian. 5v5, there's a portal, and a great Hogger Q. Oh my goodness. And Medivh goes down, the Arcane Rift reset yet again. Varian's gonna fall as well though, so it is a trade, but again, the Arcane Rift getting reset makes that trade in favor of Storm. But a lot of this catch-up XP has, as you can see on your screen, while only up 1 kill, ReGen has half again the hero kill XP, which has brought them up to just about even in levels.
Yeah, interesting. These teams completely neglecting Soak here. I guess as ReGen sees 4, they're happy to match 4. Malthiel now recognizing it, they are falling behind on the path to 16, gonna split off here. Dark in the corner, just hitting this well is hilarious on the Brightwing.
Yeah. Do you say Dark?
Dark Chimera, yeah.
Okay. I was
Storm Chimera. Excuse me.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was like Chimera. That's not how you spell dark. Hogger getting out with that unstoppable. Here comes the Brightwing Z. Not gonna be a manpower change. because Brightwing was already there. But a big cooldown pulled out for ReGen by getting that Hogger down. Ooh, Leyline for the steal is not going to be enough, and Medivh says bye.
Yeah, that's cheeky. Pre-16. That means Medivh's not going to have his, likely not going to have Leyline seal up for the next objective.
But level 16.
Yeah, that's true. It's close.
Well, he will get that cooldown reduction.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Or is that, I think that's also what you meant, I guess, because he doesn't have it yet, so that's hard to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, because pre-16 here, they're going to look for something on Medivh. Medivh's distance from the portal. There's the power of that Junkrat there. That displacement on the portal, because he knows exactly where Medivh wants to be.
Yeah, the Junkrat timings are really, really strong here. Although the range on portal, you can click portal from, it seems, across the lane at this point. Just from a distance that doesn't seem to make sense at all. I've had Medivh's get away from me through silences and roots and everything else that makes it seem like you shouldn't be able to go through a portal. But I guess that's why the level 20 is Medivh cheats.
Down here in the bottom lane, Chimera getting gone on by 4 members. You know, doing an excellent job. This is exactly what I think Brightwing should be doing here. Less than a healer, more like an off-lane character. Catching that off-soak, allowing their team to be doing other things here.
Vel,
and
pay
that's
attention.
Pushing that top deep wall.
Yeah, and now Brightwing does disappear up into the top lane, where we go now a taunt onto Malthael. Here comes the Unstoppable. After the taunt, Medivh looking to get some stacks. Going down to half health almost immediately, though. Here comes Anna. A ley line onto the Hogger. Is it going to be enough? There goes the portal, maybe for a follow-up engage, and the Junkratting out with that concussion mine. And Brightwing dropping those arcane flares. The rapid reload gonna try to keep Malthael up, but he just gets obliterated. And a great sleep from Anna on the disengage on Varian as he charges in. Is it gonna be enough? They're looking low. Anna goes down. Medivh gets out, comes back.
This has been a pretty desperate fight from ReGen here, but ultimately, like, because they weren't able to find those kills, dropping 2 heroes means this keep is down. If they lose another, this could be close.
Yeah, definitely looking at in potential for Storm, which means no level 20 strafe and a sad talk.
Yeah. Man, could be a sad ReGen team here as Medivh is again caught. Polymorph, not able to take the portal while silenced here. That's probably the end of this game here as Blaze is stunned. But you know what? Blue team is on the core here. Now he'll going in, looking to get that healing and that distraction. Finds the R.
No! 100 health left on the Hogger.
Unfortunate timing. Great bait though from the Blaze to get that Punisher attacking that mid keep with catapults and Kazuras. And the Punisher's still quite healthy. I don't know if Red Team can find it, but the Blaze stun is huge. Brightwing there able to get that healing. Yeah. Booty just living forever here, autoing this core. It looks like this is going to be the end here. 75 health. % on the core and falling.
And Blaze goes down, but Hogger goes down. The core fending for itself a little bit, but the Punisher at half health. And that's going to be game number 1 over to Storm Esports Academy.
Very GG.
Much game.
Much game.
Alright, so that get over here to the map screen. Game number 1 goes over to Storm, and it looks like Storm has now picked Battlefield of Eternity. Oh, couldn't hear me. Uh-oh. One sec.
Uh-oh. Well, a strong showing from Storm Esports Academy in game number 1. ReGen looking to bring this one back here. With first pick, we'll see what they decide to pull out here on Battlefield of Eternity. We'll see if maybe the Vala changes hands. So, something that's, Vala's always been in vogue here on this map. But honestly, both of these teams could run back their same comps from the last game. And it wouldn't feel too...
Yeah.
out of the ordinary.
So, they heard none of our discussion on the game summary screen because I didn't have audio to it. So, excellent analysis, Stoic, and I completely agree. Very good points, and I think all of that advice will be taken for both teams going forward.
Draft diff.
Absolute generic commentary, and yeah. But yes, rip the level 20 strafe Dream. Battlefield was picked by Storm.
Yeah, it's true. They really didn't need that Rain of Vengeance at all, which is really what I thought they would. But the coordination from Storm was great. You could see their communication in action, the quick responses, the great chaining of the CC abilities, and the great displacement consistently on that taunted target. We'll see if they can run that back. Like, that's really what we saw great from Storm there. Epic didn't being allowed to do a ton of damage, and his team being ready to follow up and support.
Stitch Span again. Seems like there's a threat over on the side of Storm.
Yep.
And fortunately, these teams were really good about getting the next lobby made, which means we didn't get to chit-chat much elsewise. But this is Storm Division, so there are some chat commands that you can use. The bracket, to take a look at the bracket, or exclamation point bracket, exclamation point match to get that Matcherino, and if you use code STORMS3 in Matcherino, they will put a free 50 cents into the prize pool. I don't know what their cap is on that, but definitely try to find it.
Support choke coming out of Storm Esports Academy here. Lucio, Stukov, both incredibly strong right now. The new Stukov reactive Ballista Spores. The active Ballista Spores is quite powerful. The Hogger band, Corky did a great job on the Hogger in the previous game. Hogger always a menace. Tychus first pick here.
That's bold. Oh, you know what? I did not start showing the... I am all over this caster thing today, Stoic. I don't have audio on our summary screen. I did not switch over to the draft screen. We're doing... Remember how we talked about doing radio?
Yeah. It's all good. We're here for the great gameplay. Tychus is, I think, is a strong first pick here. I think Tychus is not a great racer, but a hyper carry worthy DPS. Hanzo and Blaze taking a return.
Oh, also before I forget, Popo Joe, thanks for the follow. My pal Vince, also thank you for the follow. My very first role coach, my pal Vince, and then Oltanian.
Vince is my first HOTS crush.
Oh, well, you were mine, Stoic, so.
Well, thanks, Tyler. Diablo, Urel, both heroes that are pretty strong for this map, controlling fights around the objective. Looks like it's going to be the name of the game here for ReGen.
Yeah, I like the Diablo. I don't like the Tychus follow-up for the Diablo, but that's... when I play Diablo as a tank, If any of my opponents out there are listening, cover your ears. When I play Diablo as a tank, I'm looking for quick kills. I'm not trying to do those long, drawn-out fights. I can build him differently for it, but I'm looking to get in, kill, get out, almost like a variant does.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right here. I think that we'll probably see a response here or another pick from ReGen that is going to be better suited to follow up on the damage from coming out of Diablo. Because you're right, like if Diablo goes forward, Tychus doesn't want to have to use his dash to initiate dealing damage there. I mean, especially you never want to dash towards a Blaze. That's always going to be a rough time.
Yeah, Blaze is hard to deal with, especially once once you've committed.
Yeah, wow. Incredible race here from Storm Esports Academy. Look at that. Hanzo and the Greymane, both great racers in their own right. Blaze and Sonya also can really, really, really put out significant race. Meanwhile, Cassia, Tychus, not the most.
This is definitely a defense team. I like the White Mane. White Mane is very, very strong counter burst, but this Bloodlust, I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited for this Bloodlust.
But also, how do you defend against the Hanzo comp, right? Like Hanzo here on this map has incredible poke from range, and meanwhile, Tychus 4.5 attack range, Cassia 4.5 attack range. I mean, if they take quarterback, they've got one spell that goes far, and Cassia's Q, that's 2. But other than that, like, they're a very short range, explosive, but short range comp coming out of ReGen here.
Yeah, so speaking of very, very different comps, the prediction is up. Vote for the team that either you want to win or think will win. You're more likely to get points if you go for the team you think will win. They could be the same.
They could be the same.
So with that heavy race coming from Storm, or that kind of area fight, I don't even know really how to describe that ReGen team other than it feels disjointed.
Well, I think you put the nail right on the head there when you said it is a defend comp. Yrel, excellent at defending the Immortal. Diablo, excellent at positioning people right where he wants them. And then Tychus, if somebody's stun locked, that's Tychus' dream. So I think you nailed it. They're a defense comp.
Yeah, and so let's see how that works out. But over here, coming in off of the L in the red corner, we have Altanian on the Yrel. I couldn't recognize the skin on that mount for a second. Albatox on Tychus, Vivanchi on White Mane, Aragonis on the Dibbles, and Flyest Raven on the Cassia. That is Team ReGen.
Up 1-0, Storm Esports Academy. Corgi Beauty in the top lane on Sonya. You got Epic on Greymane, Ascension on Blaze, Dark Chimera playing Rhaegar, and Talking Trees on the Hanzo.
And an early attempt at an engage from Blaze coming in from the side. Diablo's going to flip him over, and then Blaze is going to try to charge back in. Doesn't quite land. Both teams back on their own side, trading blows. But Cassia not taking the stacking level 1 to get the value, so never mind. Hanzo with that simple geometry, trying to take these kids to some math class, looking for those stacks early on. And I imagine that he'll get them pretty quick.
Yeah, I think the Flyest Raven talent makes sense here. Looking to just play up in their face. Not a lot of lockdown here. Really, only the Blaze stun is the only way to lock down this Cassia. So she's feeling extremely confident, looking for that sustain rather than poke.
No, I absolutely agree. I think that Finn build at least, or Finn to maybe even auto attacks with that attack speed boost is going to be a good way to. You know what? I can't even see the icon right. There is no Finn there. It is 100% an auto attack talent, and that's why I have you here, Stoic, because you know all the things, and I just talk about the shiny stuff.
I know a couple of other things. Your blue team looking like they have waited their Cryo. Greymane gonna go in there and find that Cassia kill. Diablo looking for the kill in return though, but the healing is too good. Diablo will fall as well. This is gonna be a quick bottom camp.
And that's where you're gonna see that was a really great counter engage or follow up onto the Greymane after losing the Cassia. But Tychus isn't enough upfront damage to make that Greymane die. And Diablo is almost gonna have to go for like an assassin style build, but it looks like he's probably going into a W build just based off of the Soul Shield. That's just my guess. But because of the range at which Storm will be doing damage, I think he's going to want to try to go for the sustain that a W build brings.
Yeah, I think you're probably onto something here. It is interesting seeing that Soul Shield into so much auto attack damage. See Chimera here holding their bruiser.
Yeah, you're right. It is kind of odd, but if he doesn't think he's going to be in close enough to get value out of the QE heals, he's not going to be near globes. And there's at least the fire damage, the lightning shield, the swipes, the scatter arrows, and the spinny spins. Those are all magic damage, so there is some value, but you're right, it's nowhere near as much as you would like to take Spell Shield into.
Yeah, here, red team here looking. They're playing defense as we identified that they probably would want to.
Yeah.
Camp's pushing in both lanes. Blue team now closer to clear that top camp. Sonya here looking to get that race in. She gets stunned against the wall. She tries to get out. Blaze the counter stun. Disengages.
Yeah, I think Blaze is doing that just right. When on the offensive, holding on to those buttons, trying to wait for that Diablo to go in, and then he can just disrupt everything. Because the follow through of that stun, it goes so far past the target. When Blaze lands, that jet propulsion did get interrupted. You heard that there. He comes back in. Sonya is going to go down. That's the first kill for ReGen. As this Immortal has been fairly well defended, but Altanian and Aragonis looking really low, trying to get healed up. Whitemane low on mana and doesn't really have any targets to do damage to heal them.
Yeah, you know, red team has to win the Immortal here. They need to get a big kill off of defense and then be able to race here because their heroes aren't suited for racing, and they also don't hit heroes that push very hard. Yeah. Sure, Tychus Odin is a good pusher, but other than that, like, they're really playing here off of Immortal wins.
Yeah, Tychus and Cassia are down there working on that Immortal now, but Storm pushing into that halftime. You look, if you look, the blue Immortal does have about half again the health that the red Immortal does now, and this first Immortal always rotates to aggressive positions after halftime. So this is going to be an interesting defense for ReGen. But here comes Corgi Booty down below. No jump yet. We're coming on in. There's a nice slam onto the Blaze. The Unstoppable coming out. Is that the Blaze Unstoppable? That was Rhaegar.
That was from the Rhaegar.
But Tychus
is working, but the red Immortal is just so much weaker.
Yeah, and then Sonya just ignoring the fight, but Blaze goes down. That's going to be another kill. Now all they have to do is peel the Sonya off, but Greymane going in on that Immortal. The Immortal is almost dead, and that's going to be it. That's going to be a low shield on that first Immortal, though. It shouldn't get a whole lot of value, and ReGen holding on with no HP, clearing out Storm. Simple Geometry does get finished, but no mana. He probably has trait to get away, and yeah, and as he's jumping over, Hanzo goes splat, and Chimera, living with about a fifth of his health, is not going to be able to support that Immortal, and is just going to fight Altanian instead.
Yeah, interesting here. Looking to try and set this up for Blaze to get the kill. There's the stun. I don't know if this is enough to finish. Altanian probably can disengage this.
Yeah, that DW right there being enough to get to safety.
Immortal is cleared up with just taking the top two towers, the well still intact, and the fort mostly healthy here.
Yeah, that was a very, very strong post-Immortal fight. So if you're not going to win the Immortal, that's how you want to lose it.
Blue team just back here fighting it up. Sonya moving up there to deal with the Tychus, who's kind of holding that lane. Red team much closer to 10s here, about 3/4 of a level ahead.
Yeah, so Yrel and Tychus kind of rolls. Okay, now they're going back. Yrel headed up to the top during that since those waves haven't clashed, but coming back down, looking maybe to cover for this camp, looking to get a advantage on a fight, maybe a 5v3 with Sonya on the top camp. Greymane headed up to get that top soak, waiting to see someone show. Yrel rotating back up, Greymane rotating back down. They miss each other completely. No idea where either of them was the whole time, but that was funny to watch on the minimap.
Camp's pushing in both of these lanes. Blaze here gonna put the flame on.
Yeah. Now the blue camp does have the advantage here. This that top wall is down for ReGen, and Storm's wall down here is up, so that camp going down, not getting a whole lot of value, whereas that top fort's taking some damage. And bruiser camps need to get taken. Immortal spawn in 10 seconds, and the damage for ReGen again is going to be kind of slow here. They're just not even going to take their bruisers at all. They are behind now solely on that basis, but they're up in XP a little bit. Level 10s are out that we didn't even talk about. We got NA arrow, bunker drop, leap, silver bullet, the whatever white main does, Scarlet Aegis, APOC, Odin, Ardent Defender, and Lightning. Ball Lightning. Still waiting on Rhaegar's pick, and the Immortals are in halftime. Definitely a quick burn for both teams there, and now ReGen just giving up the Immortal. Rhaegar still no level 10 pick. I suspect it'll be Bloodlust, and he doesn't want to show it yet.
Might be just deciding when he needs it. If it needs to be the Ancestral, if it needs to be the Bloodlust. But there's a huge arrow.
There's the Bloodlust right there.
There's the Bloodlust. Ooh. This Cook spell is after the ReGen here.
Yep.
Tychus falls first here. Aragonis looking to get it out on the top, but also will fall.
Diablo losing souls. Talking Trees going low, but Yrel gets popped. Hanzo coming in to save the day. Oh, for himself. That Hanzo is Talking Trees. Getting real low. I thought Yrel had him there, but this Immortal coming in pretty healthy, pretty shielded.
Yeah, now things are going to look pretty rough here, because I imagine this is a double fort loss for ReGen here. Sonya here with a large wave, able to just slam to her heart's content.
Oh no, she's coming down now, but that wave is going to get a lot of that fort done. That bottom fort does go down. The shield is down for the Immortal. Diablo engaging on the Sonya ahead, trying to catch her on the rotation, but the team not quite there. The Commandeer Odin comes out. That's going to be long-range auto attacks to help clear this Immortal. Flyest Raven looking for just doing that Cassia thing, going around on the Immortal. And this top fort is about to go down. Here comes those slams like you were talking about. And 5-man run away.
Yeah, now blue team with that win has a 2-fort lead. They're a third of a level closer to that level 13 talent tier.
Yep.
And I honestly think that you mentioned this before the beginning of that phase. Like, the play around the bruiser camp really hurt ReGen, where they decided they would forego getting that bruiser camp, and they tried to get it during the mid, but the race of Storm Esports is so strong that put ReGen just so far behind.
Yeah, Storm probably could have gotten away with that play, but ReGen absolutely is not built for camps.
Yeah, I mean, and without Tychus having that, you know, grenade talents, it's a lot less. It's a lot less damage to PvE.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, I like Combat Tactician. I think it works better with Into the Rhythm. I think you just get more value out of it. And Cassia gets blown up by herself. I didn't even see how that happened. Probably looking to make something.
She was pushing in this wave in the bottom, and then she was looking to rotate back up to join her team, but it was not safe enough. Like, she did a good job creating a mess in the bottom that needed to be responded to, but then didn't respect that rotation. You know, of the blue team going to respond to the mess that she had made.
Yeah, that makes okay. That makes sense. I'm going to my team. I should be safe. Now all right, Cassia's back up. There's another chance for a 5v5 here. What did Diablo? Yeah, Diablo going into that W build with the charge quest at 13. I would think he'd want that spell power that goes with it for the healing, everything that W build does.
One stop down from Blaze here.
Yeah. This Immortal just
like
getting melted.
60-second window where Blaze is a little bit more vulnerable. Red team able to push the blue back.
Yeah, I think Storm also recognizing that they didn't want Blaze to get punished for not having that unstoppable.
Yeah,
it goes ahead. This
new habits are key cooldown. Sonya clearing this bruiser for free as Yrel has to clear the catapult in the bottom lane. 15 to 13 for a moment here.
Urel has a longer distance travel to get to the team, so this is 5v4 at 15 to 13. This is not a fight ReGen really wants. There's the missed jet propulsion, but the NA arrow gonna get onto Cassia. Cassia walking out. There's the unstoppable. There's the Scarlet Aegis. Isn't gonna be enough. Shields go out. Healing happening, but Cassia still gets blown up. Not enough burst prevention from the white main. And Diablo gets low. The Ardent Defender on the Urel gonna heal up a little bit. Epic with double-digit health. It looked like 11. Gray main barely surviving the Urel. And a triple kill over to the Hanzo. About to be 4 on white main. There it is. And that is going to be a mega kill over, well, a delayed mega kill, a full team wipe over to Storm Esports Academy.
Yeah, this is going to be rough for ReGen. They're down 2 Talontiers. I don't know how they can come back from this. What will largely be an 80% shield immortal going down this top lane. Oh my gosh, especially with Cassie here dying. He's just looking like the end here. They just don't have the immortal clear, and with only 1 damage alive. I guess maybe Cassie recognizing that it was worth a try because she'll be back by the time the immortal gets to core.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Trying to get some of the shield down.
Well, here we go.
In a arrow, and he charges into it.
We cleanse though from the white main. He'll be down for another 40 seconds. Looking to soften up this keep so this immortal can just walk right to the core. Odin is popped here.
Yeah, that's going to be
15.
Good for the defense, but is it enough? Immortal coming in. I don't care about your guns. Cassia having to dodge that stun out into the dangerous side. The jet propulsion going to stop the jump from Urel. There's the Bloodlust, the APOC on top. The Aegis goes out. The bunker drop comes down. The Bloodlust not getting as much value as you would have thought. Blaze barely surviving, going into that bunker. Flyest Raven looking a little bit low. Talking Trees jumps over the wall. Gonna get out. No, the grenade enough to finish off the Hanzo. And that's going to be the only kill with all the buttons pressed and the Immortal on the core now taking damage. 95%, 86. Can ReGen hold on here?
Storm played very, very passively in that fight, you know, waiting to be engaged on. But ultimately, like that little pocket was actually their doom. You know, Hanzo got separated, having to go south. It was a great bunker to prevent. Team got split a little bit there. 45% of the health on the Immortal or on the core, not bad. But you know, ReGen lives to fight another day.
Yeah, where do they go from here though?
ReGen just, now they're on equal talent tiers. ReGen is looking to find a fight here. I think Storm just gives this camp.
Yeah, they have
anywhere near this.
They do have that man advantage. There's the engage onto the Grayman. Grayman gonna disengage away. Blaze being held off by the Diablo. And you're right, not wanting to lose anymore for this camp. They can easily clear this camp. They have 2 siege camps marching into the core. ReGen's gonna have to defend that. Otherwise, they lose the game here.
Yep, give the camp and now stall backs to look to end the game here. If they find 1 kill, even 2, this is GG.
Charge on the Greymane with the flip. That's unstoppable. Not going to be enough in the jet propulsion. Diablo coming back in. Stopping. That's a kill for the Greymane. But those siege camps coming in. Cassia going to go back. A huge kill. And Cassia gets out.
Well, they might win anyway.
Yeah, they might.
No, never mind. The waves got distracted by the things. Oh, arrow there to stop. Can they get the... No, they cannot.
Oh, and they engage onto the Blaze. Diablo getting his souls. Blaze going down. That's a staggered kill. That's 2 kills for ReGen here where they need it. They might be able to make a play on the same talent here into this Immortal. Blaze going to be down probably through halftime if ReGen gets on top of it. Greymane will be back to fight though.
Yeah, Storm looking to end the game a little bit like there's some indecision there, right? Oh, we stall, we don't, we end, we don't. And that's ultimately given ReGen now a pretty big window here. If Diablo can make out alive...
He has souls.
Red's not in a bad spot. This is not an unwinnable game here for Red. They're going to get a little bit of this race. Blue going to probably wait till their Blaze comes back to fully invest in anything.
Yeah, Blue Storm, I think, can make it through just on the second half, even if they didn't get the race going that they have now. But Greymane just unloading into that Immortal along with the Hanzo. That is so much damage. They still win the race to halftime.
Well, yeah, I think that's got to be a call issue here where ReGen needed to say, hey, we can't let our Immortal get hit. That's the way we want. We want to be fighting underneath that stun bot.
All right, there's
Blaze, speaking of stun bot.
And the leap with the Bloodlust. Cassia is going to go down, but Diablo in the back, trying to wreak some havoc, but the back that he was trying to get into is in the back of his own team. Whitemane's down, and the Tyke is trying to get away, probably not going to make it away from Talking Trees. Yeah, there he goes down. That's going to be 3. That's going to be enough, and Storm's going to take the sweep here in just a moment. ReGen had their opportunity to come back in, didn't quite execute the way they needed to. It was going to be a hard uphill battle to get in it, but a very, very decided fashion from Storm Esport Academy.
Yeah, there was a moment there of a little bit of hesitation and hiccuping, you could even call that, from Storm, but otherwise, great series from Storm, doing a really good job to control. And really, I think both of these drafts really well countered what ReGen was trying to do.
Yeah. All right. I am going to I'm going to switch screens for a second, and I'm going to figure out where the audio is gone and put it back real quick.
Quell.
All right, there we go. We are audio on this screen now. So, a little heartbreaking to see on the ReGen side, but very, very well played for Storm, just taking that game by force, taking absolute control over it. Let's see if we can get a interview. Is that still a thing in esports?
I think that's up to you.
Yeah, let me see if I can grab Corgi. So we will say goodbye to the Stoic for a second. Maybe wait. Let's see if I get a response. But while I'm waiting on that, here's a look at the talents. I like that lightning shield build. We're going to get epic. But yeah, so we're gonna get epic for an interview over here into the Nexus Gaming series. Let's see if I can find. Let's go into channel Rainbow 6. All right. So I like the lightning shield build from the Rhaegar. I don't think he would have gotten a whole lot of value out of the totem build. Lightning shield just makes me happy. I like the scattering arrows. It was done really well from the Hanzo, and the Greymane overall just performing very well, bringing in that race, bringing in that execute damage. Speaking of Greymane, epic. Nice set. Took the sweep. How do y'all feel moving on to the next round?
We're feeling pretty good now. We can definitely, take the next set and win this qualifier, but we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at looking at the bracket would be a good way for me to do that. Exclamation point bracket in the chat for anybody else who wants to follow along, so we can see who you might be playing against. But tell us about, so game number 1 on Infernal Shrines. Take us through the game plan for that one.
Yeah, so is basically just we out-rotate them early because our wave clear is a lot better, and we just need to watch for a mid-D flank on our backline or like a leyline setup into a big blaze stun. So as long as we were able to avoid that, we were able to win, and that's kind of just what happened.
Yeah, well, it worked out really well. Trying to remember the comps now. They had the blaze. Y'all were running the Varian pick. and into the Blaze Ana and the Malthael, which I thought Ana had a lot of really good stops, some good counter sleeps. But overall, y'all were able to get to the target, get to what you wanted. There was one in particular up at the top. Who did y'all pick off in the lane? Was it Malthael?
I think it was Medivh, actually.
Yes. I was curious how the comms for that sounded. How long ahead was Varian saying we're going to grab Medivh before everyone was in their position to instantly delete him? Like what does that sound like?
Well, so we're just leaving myself on the Vala and Hogger on the shrine, and then we have vision through the Junkrat clearing the lane, and Varian's just in the bush, looking if anyone's out of position, and we're just clearing shrine until we hear Ascension say, hey, let's look at this person, they're a little too far forward, and then as soon as we hear that, we all look and go on the whoever's being called.
Yeah,
so it's just Ascension sitting in the bush and looking, and then as soon as we hear him call that someone might be out of position, we go for it.
Yeah, the variant pick, it was done very well. It's a very fun way to play, especially on Infernal Shrines. I don't know why, but it just seems really fun on Infernal Shrines. And y'all did a great job. Y'all had great control over the map, great camp control, great lane control. The only time it seemed like there might be a shift was when ReGen did start to get those kills. They came back and had one. I think the kill count was 8 to 7, but they had half again your hero kill XP from the comeback XP. Was there a point in that game where you felt like y'all might be starting to lose control?
On the Infernal game?
Yes.
No, we were pretty comfortable the whole time. I mean, I don't think we really even lost any forts, so if they get like one kill, it's not that big of a deal. We were pretty far ahead the whole time, and we just didn't let them come back.
Yeah, I gotcha. Stoic, you have anything for game 1?
Yeah, great series, epic. My question for game number 1 was ReGen last picks the Medivh. And as you're well aware, Medivh completely changes the game, but you had already locked in some heroes that did a great job controlling the Medivh. Was there any hesitation, or did you feel like they were playing right into your hand there in the draft?
I think the Medivh was an overreaction to the Varian pick. They're trying to protect whoever Varian taunts with the Medivh W, but I don't think the Medivh really helped with their win condition.
Yeah, totally. I think, and that you saw that in the way the game played out.
Yeah, Medivh had a lot of opportunities, and you guys were just right on top of it. So going into this game number 2, the draft, very, very racy draft from the gaming perspective and not other perspectives. Lots of race. Was this when you're coming into the battlefield today? Is this the 5 that you particularly wanted? Where was there some flex maybe in the draft, some response to what they were picking? Because they did pick Tychus first, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much got what we wanted. We were going into the Battlefield draft and into the draft for Battlefield, and actually it started with the map pick. We were like, what map do we want to do? And someone mentioned that because we've scrimmed ReGen quite a bit, and so we know they really like to run Bloodlust comp. So someone was like, oh, what if they run a Bloodlust comp? Then we're just like, what if we run the Bloodlust comp instead? So yeah, we were just kind of spur of the moment. We're just like, yeah, let's run a Bloodlust comp. And
was there any debate on taking Bloodlust? Because even the pick of Bloodlust was held until it was used. Is that just keeping them guessing strategy, or were y'all not sure if y'all wanted Ancestral?
No, definitely wanted Bloodlust. It's just a lot of the times you should hold your talent picks, the really important ones, until you're gonna use them. So a lot of times people will hold their heroics until they're about to use them. So that's all
what
that
my
was.
healer's been doing. It makes so much sense now. My team healer is off the hook.
Yeah, or you'll notice it on Malthael players a lot, and Uther players a lot too. On their level 20s, they'll hold on whether or not they're gonna pick the respawn until they're about to use it, because, you know, especially, you know, in that moment, maybe you see something where, you know, maybe the other talent pick, especially when you're at that level 20, could end the game, and so that's another reason why people hold the picks.
Yeah, that makes
It's
a lot of sense.
Yeah, because like your opponent, if you don't pick the talent, you know, your opponent has to play around both of them until you pick it.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot. That makes a lot of sense. Was there anything that you guys did that was? Because I don't play most of these heroes on your team all that much, so I'm not super familiar with their builds other than the Sonya. Was there anything that y'all did that was maybe a little wonky, or was this just a straightforward comp?
No, all the builds were pretty standard.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna defer over to Stoic.
Yeah, my one question here is, you know, with Luna moving to join the Valorant team that she has, congrats to her, and bringing on here Ascension. I mean, the team looked really sharp tonight. What's it been like transitioning from, you know, having, you know, Luna kind of being this, what seemed to me like the in-game leader now to you're moving from tank back to DPS, and Ascensions, you're bringing in a new tank. What's that process been like for Storm Esports Academy?
Well, as far as like a in-game leader, that's mostly been Trees and Dark with shot calling. Like even when we had Luna, Luna did, you know, a lot for us and like calling in team fights and stuff. But in terms of macro, that's mostly been Trees and Dark. And as far as bringing Ascension on his tank and me moving to damage, I think that's actually helped our team, because I'm not a tank player and I don't really enjoy playing tank. You know, I kind of just was filling that role because we didn't have a tank player on our roster.
I mean, totally. Well, the game looked really clean tonight. I think that I felt like, to me, watching this, that like you guys hit a stride there against ReGen.
Yeah, I think bringing on Ascension definitely helps, because having a tank player that, you know, is comfortable on the role and plays it a lot is pretty important and competitive.
Was there anything else about this set? Congratulations again on the sweep that you wanted to draw attention to before we get to your shoutouts?
No, not particularly.
All right, no worries. I just, you know, if there's something that y'all are super proud of, I always like to get that opportunity to talk about it. So, that being said, let's go for those shoutouts.
Yeah, shoutouts to you guys for casting. Shoutouts to Storm for letting us play for them. And shoutouts to my team. We had a pretty clean game today. And shoutouts to Ascension for joining us and filling that tank role that we needed.
All right, yeah, I love doing the casting. It's how I found NGS, was actually for casting and not playing, and then I got, you know, on my way into finding some friends and playing. So I'm always looking for these opportunities to cast. So thanks for having me. Thanks for having Stoic. And I don't know if you caught on earlier, but Stoic and I also have a little Storm ReGen rivalry going on. So I have to go find some pride. So congratulations to Stoic as well. In getting up to you guys. Epic, thank you so much for coming to do this interview with us and giving us a little bit of insight into the team, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, and good luck for the rest of the tournament, for the rest of the qualifier. And it looks like you will play the winner of GG Till I Die versus the winner of Vendetta and Strange Team Comp. So that's a lot of information, a lot of help to know you might be playing one of 3 teams.
Yeah, we expect that GG Till I Die will make it through, so right now that's who we're planning on facing, but we'll see if one of the other teams can pull off an upset.
Yeah, I do have actually one quick parting question. Is there a particular team in the qualifier or in the Storm Div realm that maybe not be playing in the qualifiers right now that you're looking forward to playing?
I mean, I'm looking forward to playing against the best teams, which out of the teams that have signed up so far, I'd say is GG Till I Die and Anti-Clown Association.
All right, sounds good. We'll be looking for them.
Thanks. Have a good day.
All right, you too. All right, Stoic. Let's bring your pretty face back real quick. All right, and if I can actually pull them up, here we go. Oh, is that it? Do I have it? There it is. Now I made it work. So interesting set. Again, congratulations to Storm. I have some tears to go cry. But I don't know. I mean, I think we kind of covered the important stuff for the match. Was there anything else on the match that you wanted to touch on?
No, I think it was pretty cut and clean. GG's to both teams.
So you have recently been inducted into the Storm family. What is it that you're doing with Storm?
I am the manager for the Heroes of the Storm part of Storm. So primarily most of my work goes into the CCL team. We're currently second place. Finals are on, the playoffs begin on Saturday, so we're excited for that. But as well, other projects that Heroes of the Storm projects that I kind of lead out on as well.
All right, cool, awesome. And where can people find you? I have your Twitter handles, storm_stoic, on the screen. But is there anywhere else they can find you?
Yeah, same place, Twitter and Twitch, storm_stoic. I haven't been doing a lot of tweeting or streaming as work has been crazy, but I'll get back to it soon.
All right, and thank you again so much for joining me. It's been a long time.
It has. We haven't casted together in a very long time.
Yeah, but I love it. I'm looking forward to a little bit later on when maybe we have some stats to use, because that's how season 9 went for us, right? You did all the research into the stats so that we could actually get a good analysis of these teams going through and what to expect. Vikale, thank you for the follow.
That's the manager of the Storm Esports Academy team. That's their manager. Been with them since they were on the Order of the Sleeping Dragon. So,
oh dang!
Big shout outs.
All right, so I'm in big now. I've found my way to fame.
Sure have.
All right, well, thank you so much. We've got about 45 minutes until Anti-Clown Association versus Big Push Power. My old team, ReGen Ghost, is doing Storm League right now, so I'm gonna send you over to that point of view stream, because Nexus Gaming Series is still not started yet either. They're starting up their next round here in a little bit, so instead of sitting on a waiting screen, we'll let you sit on some HOTS. Stoic, thank you so much. You have a wonderful 45 minutes until Anti-Clown
Thanks.
Association versus Big Push Power.
What's up?
Oh, my audio's coming back through, and so I just gave feedback.
No worries, mate. Well, it's been a pleasure talking. Thank you for inviting me to cast. It's always a pleasure.
Of course. I always try to invite you, but your wife's playing too many games.
It's true. We're a busy fam.
Yeah, it's good. Those HOTS fams, got to keep them together.
It's true.
All right. Peace.
Bye. Gotsky looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is at 25%
Back down,
here.
yo, on the Grey Man, give me the first fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
The ley line used in the back, catching 3 people on top. That followed up by the APOC and the lurking on. Catching 2, but this time on is going to be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit, while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Fubu's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the bloodlust on the backside, but the duo gets blundered and then stunned. Oh my goodness! The combo!
Getting shrunk down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Grey Man.
it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.